their name into the chat. Night has fallen over Lanier as they line up for the race. Wayne Bridges, Chris Standridge on the front row, Tom the Missile Land, and David Baldassare on the second row. Scott Whiteman, John Bennett on the third row, George Edenfield rounding out the field. Interesting note that does come into play here at Lanier is there is a bit of a glitch that when they do these, sometimes the yellow will come out for no apparent reason. The pace car will go turn a few laps. Doesn't matter what anybody on track does, and then suddenly it just goes away. So we'll see if that comes into play here tonight as well. Will we have anybody wreck anybody else prior to the caution or prior to the green is the question. Looks like the 20 car of John Bennett already helping David Baldassare keep and maintain some speed there. No wrecks yet, but Tom Land is getting antsy to wreck somebody. He was all over Wayne Bridges' bumper. Pace truck is in. Let the chaos begin. Green flag is in the air. And already the back straightaway is a parking lot. Scott Whiteman gets his first official Enduro wreck, and Tom Land has taken the lead. See if we can see what happened to Scott there. Off into turn one, Wayne and Tom wrecking right in front, and the 48 just made sure to break him in correctly for his first Enduro event with this group. Tom Land out front, Wayne Bridges second. David Baldassare third, George Edenfield fourth, Chris Standridge fifth, Scott Whiteman sixth, John Bennett seventh. Tom Land is starting to lap some cars, but Wayne Bridges has the fastest lap. John Bennett already a lap down. He had an incident a moment ago. Looks like he was slow on the bottom. I'm wondering if that was intentional. Maybe, yeah, he was aiming for Tom Land and missed. Got a little tap on Wayne Bridges, though. Tom Land still has the lead, actually a 5-second lead at the moment. David Baldassare has made his way to second. Wayne Bridges third, George Edenfield is fourth. Chris Standridge fifth, Scott Whiteman sixth. Wait a minute. Chris all over the back bumper of the 48, and oh, Chris gets stalled in the middle of the track. And now Tom Land in the lead, about to catch up to Scott Whiteman and I believe Chris Standridge. We'll see if he can successfully lap somebody or if they will take him out. The Missile way out front, but Scott Whiteman is pulling away from him. He just ran the fastest lap of the event so far. And he's closing in on fourth place, George Edenfield. Hopefully he passes him in the correct manner for an Enduro. Chris Standridge looks like he got together with John Bennett. We'll take a look at that. Oh, he sent it down into the corner to get Edenfield. Gets a piece of Tom Land. Doesn't look like that was the incident with John Bennett. Let's see what happened to him. Oh, just a connection problem. All right, back up front. Tom Land is starting to close back in on Scott Whiteman. David Baldessare in second. Scott Whiteman. Oh, Scott Whiteman is around. He's going to go a lap down here. Oh, we've got cars flying. All right, looks like Chris Standridge was actually slowing down to make sure that, oh, Scott Whiteman gets into the back bumper. Chris goes. Tom Land gets into him, and then we send a car flying over the top. That was David Baldessare that went flying. He flew so high he landed in pit road. Tom Land still in the lead. He's actually extended that lead. And Chris Standridge is actually upside down out of turn number 2. Wayne Bridges comes along trying to help. Will it be enough? Oh, Scott Whiteman's going to help too. Will it be enough? No. Oh, maybe, yes. He is back on all 4. As Tom Land laps him again and now has a 10-second lead over Wayne Bridges. Only 3 cars left on the lead lap. We've seen this situation before. Everybody is going to start targeting that 91 car. He has the bullseye on his back now. Which is ironic because it's usually Tom Land telling people who's in the lead, go hit them. Scott Whiteman gets the outside wall and he goes around. And Chris Standridge is going to come up behind him. Will he wreck? Nope. There we go. Tom Land sends Chris around again. And now trying to close in on Scott Whiteman, who is now running 3rd and the last car on the lead lap. Wayne Bridges in 2nd and Tom Land in 3rd. Only 3 cars on the lead lap. They're going to have to take Tom out pretty quickly. David Baldessare in 4th is 3 laps down currently. Wayne over half a lap back now, about 10 seconds. Oh, Chris Standridge just gets, I think he might have got into Wayne Bridges there. Oh, he decides to turn it around out of turn 3 and seeing who he can collect here. And he does collect Wayne Bridges. And it looks like he was on a mission to stop Tom Land, but was unable to. But Wayne Bridges gets Tom Land. Scott Whiteman now in 2nd place is the only other car on the lead lap. Wayne Bridges just got back to the lead lap. Or is right there where he is in position to get back to the lead lap. George Edenfield involved in another incident. Let's see if he landed on all 4s. He was trying to help Tom Land get back upright. He does so successfully, but ends up spinning out of turn 4. So Tom Land has the, oh my goodness. Scott Whiteman to the lead. Tom Land in 2nd, Wayne Bridges is 3rd. David Baldessare 4th, John Bennett 5th, George Edenfield 6th, Chris Standridge in 7th. Scott Whiteman a 7.2 second lead, and he's in trouble as he is catching up to Wayne Bridges and George Edenfield. And there you go. Wayne Bridges is going to slow him down just a little bit, and here comes Chris Standridge making sure he gets slowed down. Tom Land in second is starting to close back in just a little bit. But with the track slicking off, things are getting very interesting. And Tom makes sure to get the 20 car. David Baldessert goes under the 20 car. They push down the front straightaway. Baldessert now backwards, having to try and... Is he going to drive the whole lap backwards? Looks like he is going to go for it. So now can David Baldessert do an entire lap backwards as the leader goes by? No, he spins it around in the middle of the back straightaway. Chris Standridge takes a shot at the leader there, but can't get it done as he comes off pit road. Tom Land currently in second. Chris Standridge backs up. He got stuck at the entrance to pit road, manages to back up and collect Scott Whiteman in the same instant, slowing the leader down. Aims and misses. A lot of cars, as this track gets completely slicked off, a lot of guys struggling getting the car to turn, but not turn too much here. Scott Whiteman only has a 5-second lead. That could change at any moment, but Tom Land is the only other car on the lead lap. Wayne Bridges now a couple of laps down and going even more as, oh, he gets stuck upside down. Will anybody be able to get him out? No, he has to tow to pit road. Scott Whiteman way out front. And it looks like now that Chris Standridge is essentially out of contention, he's about 14 laps down. He's just gone into Tom Land missile mode, and Scott Whiteman gets wrecked. Tom Land is back to the lead. Let's see how he got taken out. Looked like he was having some problem getting through the turn. George Edenfield found him. Tom Land sneaks by, and Chris Standridge found him. So now Tom Land is out front with a 5-second lead as George Edenfield crashes with David Baldessert. Oh, he gets into him hard into turn one and turns him around. Tom Land has the target on his back now, as it looks like Wayne Bridges might have been sitting there waiting on him. No, if Wayne had been in an incident a moment before. Oh, David Baldessert was stopped in the middle of 3 and 4, and Wayne ended up backing up into the gap there to get it turned around. Chris Standridge in another incident. And it looks like Scott Whiteman is coming on the high side. And, oh, Chris has been unable to hit Scott Whiteman tonight. See, well, he's hit him a couple of times, but every time he's aimed for... Chris's aim is way off tonight. Oh, Wayne Bridges gets him, and he gets sent into the outside wall as he tries to do a lap in reverse. Tom Land's lead now 6 seconds, but he gets together with Chris. Chris ends up stuck upside down. And Scott Whiteman closing the gap, and a lot of chaos back behind. John Bennett looked like John was trying to get Chris flipped back over. Off into turn one. There's Chris on the high side. David Baldessere got him, and John Bennett just missed completely. All right, Tom Land and Scott Whiteman are the only two on the lead lap. Chris Standridge gets into Tom and completely turns him around, but it's not enough to slow him down. Meanwhile, he got a piece of Scott Whiteman. And Scott keeps going as well. Meanwhile, George Edenfield is upside down again. Tom Land comes around and gets a piece of Chris Standridge there. Scott Whiteman now 15 seconds back on a 17-18 second lap. Tom Land may end up being the only car on the lead lap if this continues. Tom Land has the most practice at wrecking other people, so obviously he also has some experience in how to correct the car when it gets wrecked, and a little bit of experience with wreck avoidance as well. Obviously paying off a bit here tonight. It's been a while since we've seen Tom Land at the front of one of these Enduros and making it work. John Bennett has made his way up to third. David Baldessere now in fourth. But Tom the Missile Land is out front. And as we mentioned in the pre-race, if Tom Land is out front, he is going to go out there and try to win. However, if he is not, if he gets a lap or more down, he's usually out there causing everybody to wreck. So always a little bit weird to see Tom Land leading one of these things and actually being somewhat seriously trying to win. And he is gaining on Scott Whiteman. Wayne Bridges stopped down on the infield. Tom knows better than most that right now he has the target on his back. He is in a bit of trouble here. It's going to take a concerted effort by all the other drivers to slow Tom down. And there is a three-car pack. Wayne Bridges trying to get in the back bumper of Chris Standridge. John Bennett drops down to the bottom and turns up and gets Chris turned around. Chris aiming for Tom Land again, completely misses. Scott Whiteman in second place, losing ground. He has to keep Tom Land in his rear view mirror. If Tom has the opportunity to take him out and lap him in the same instant, he's going to take it. Looks like David Baldessere had an incident possibly involving a couple other drivers. Let's see what happened there. Oh, Chris Standridge manages to clip him. And it looks like Scott Whiteman and Tom Land have both crashed. Let's see if we can get a look at what happened to both drivers. Oh, the 20 of John Bennett got hard into the side of the 17. Tom Land comes flying by. And the 20 gets Tom Land as well. He goes tumbling. Will he land on all four? He does. and manages to not only maintain the lead, but he puts Scott Whiteman a lap down. Tom Land is the only driver now on the lead lap. John Bennett now in second place, but several laps down as Tom Land has now lapped most of this field. Scott Whiteman now in third, and Scott Whiteman has got a serious problem with that car. He cannot get it to go straight despite damage being turned off. Sometimes you get a little glitch, and yeah, you end up with a situation where you're crab walking the car back to pit road. That is what is happening there. Let's see what it looks like in the car. He finally limps it onto pit road. Can he get it all the way around pit road to his pit stall? No, he cannot. Scott Whiteman is in trouble. Tom Land, meanwhile, has a 4-lap lead over second place John Bennett. They really have got to do something about that 91 car now. Tom Land is upside down. They did something, and he's not going to get any help here. Wayne Bridges goes by. Everybody is going to go by and not help him. Chris Standridge is on pit road. Scott Whiteman is on pit road. Tom Land is just in trouble here. Tom Land eventually having to tow to pit road. John Bennett in second now has the opportunity to catch up. Less than 10 minutes to go. This is not over yet. Little blinking from John Bennett as he takes the lead. David Baldessare currently scored in second. In third. He should get second next time by, while Tom Land is on pit road. And it looks like the day-night cycle has been running at 4x normal, so they're back to daytime after starting at night. Something you don't see very often. It's usually the reverse. And it looks like George Edenfield has a similar problem to what Scott Whiteman had. He is now unable to drive that car. Scott Whiteman is back out on track. His car is back to normal. Tom Land also now back on track. And now there are 3 cars on the lead lap. John Bennett in the lead. Tom Land in second. David Baldessare in third. John Bennett is definitely looking for a way to catch and to pull away from Tom Land, because Tom Land is flying around this track now. John Bennett is backwards in turn 2, and Tom Land is coming back for the lead. Tom Land closing in on John Bennett now. There's Bennett on the high side, and Tom Land sends him into the wall hard. John Bennett is stuck upside down. David Baldessare will take second this time by. Tom Land now back in the lead. Baldessare now in second. John Bennett in third, back on all fours. And oh my, George Edenfield is upside down again. Chris Standridge comes along to help. Wayne Bridges comes along to help. And it is Tom Land with an 8-second lead over David Baldessare now. John Bennett now in third, at risk of being lapped now, as Tom Land gets hit through 3 and 4, and it spends half a lap saving it. Scott Whiteman right there in front of Tom Land, who actually led a fair portion of the early going, is now 5 laps down. Chris Standridge was going for the hit on Tom Land, completely missed. It looks like Chris Standridge has now become the spoiler, trying to take everybody out. He is almost 30 laps down now. And he's on pit road. He will be 30 laps down by the time it's all said and done. Tom Land still has the lead, 10 seconds over second place David Baldessare, who really struggles up off of turn 2. John Bennett in third, trying to catch back up and unlap himself. David Baldessare barely on the lead lap now. Oh, the 20 car. John Bennett tried to take him out, just took himself out. And Tom Land gets caught, has an incident. Down through 3 and 4. Oh, he just snapped around there. Then George Edenfield comes along and actually helped get him going the right way. But in that commotion, David Baldessare took the lead from Tom Land. First time David has led tonight. Tom Land, though, in second. Oh, the 20 car trying to get him. John Bennett just keeps trying to take out the leaders. John currently in third. He has an opportunity. If he can take out both leaders, he is only 1 lap down. Several cars upside down in 1 and 2. Looks like Chris Standridge is where that party started. There he is, stuck up on the high side in 1 and 2. And here comes Scott Whiteman. And hooks and tows him down the track a little bit. David Baldessare has nowhere to go. Baldessare still out front. Tom Land 3.5 seconds back. Under 5 minutes to go. Chris Standridge appears to be sitting there waiting. It looks like Wayne Bridges might also be. And now Chris is upside down. All right, Baldessare out front. Tom Land still in second place, trying to close back down. It looks like Tom is really taking this one seriously. John Bennett in third, now 2 laps down. Whiteman now 5 laps down. Edenfield 11 laps down, and Wayne Bridges 12 laps down. Wayne Bridges just involved in an incident. Let's see what happened to him. Oh, it looked like whoever was stopped down on either he got into the wall out of 2, or a car was sitting there and blinked out. Two and a half minutes remaining. Could David Baldessare win his first Enduro here tonight? He does have the target on his back. Tom Land in second, wanting this win. John Bennett in third, a lap down. Oh, he's going to lose even more ground after spinning out of turn 2. Oh, but he does wreck the leader. This definitely benefits Tom Land, as here comes the missile on the high side, but Baldessare's not done yet. He puts Tom Land to the wall, gets him sideways, and now opens up a huge gap, almost right at 8 seconds. And Tom Land having all sorts of problems now. A minute and a half left. It's going to take a miracle for the Missile to get the win here. But that could be the miracle he was looking for. And Chris Standridge just sent it flying. Chris Standridge down into turn one, sees a bunch of wrecked cars, and decides he'd rather fly than drive. Tom Land has reclaimed the lead. David Baldessare now on pit road. John Bennett 2 laps down. With 45 seconds to go, they're going to have to take the Missile out if they want any chance at it. John Bennett right now the only driver currently on track that has any chance, and he is 2 laps down. Tom stops to help George Edenfield, who has spent 90% of the race on his roof. 20 seconds left for the Missile. White flag is in the air for Tom the Missile Land. Stops to try and turn George Edenfield over. Loses a bit of ground out of turn 2. But it's not going to be enough for Bennett to catch up here. Through 3 and 4, Chris Standridge is upside down, up high. And Tom Land is back in victory lane in an Enduro. John Bennett is going to finish second. David Baldessare is going to finish third. Scott Whiteman in fourth. Wayne Bridges fifth. George Edenfield sixth. And Chris Standridge will finish seventh. And the Missile is back in victory lane. Congratulations, Tom. Well, you're back to your old form. You took out a bunch of cars and still managed to pull off a win. I do not have that information in front of me, although I think I'm going to have to start putting something in place to monitor it, because I'm sure you were way up there. It looked like a lot of fun. How was the night to day transition on the track, and did it affect the way anybody drove? Yeah, we noticed a couple of times you had gotten loose, and I think just about everybody had an incident where trying to get back on the gas, they just ended up going all the way around. Well, congratulations, man, and it's good to see you back in victory lane in one of these. All right, Tom the Missile Land is back in victory lane in an Enduro. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night. We'll have more great dirt racing and a whole lot more. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys had just as much fun as we did. This was definitely a blast tonight. And don't forget to check out the website as it's getting updated a lot this week, htsai.net. You can find our YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, even our Instagram account. All the links are there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful night.